What's up guys, the Casey's here, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys a little bit about Swift. My goal on this channel is to get you guys making your own apps, and the first step in that is teaching you guys how to write code. So in this video I'm going to be teaching you the very basics, and in the next few videos we'll be going over some of the fundamentals of programming, and then we'll be going into some beginner apps, and then we'll build on top of that and going into some cooler apps like social media or a messaging app. But to get started, let's head over to Xcode and start a playground. So once you get Xcode open, just click Start, Get Started with a Playground. It's going to throw up a view, and we're just going to click Blank, and let's call it Variable. Create. Sweet. So Apple has created this really cool program called Swift Playgrounds. It's like a place you can come, just write code. It's not like a massive project or anything like that. They've put a lot of work into this. So it's a really nice thing that you can use just if you want to mess around with code and get started programming. They also created an app on the iPad called Swift Playgrounds. So if you guys are just learning how to code, that is a resource for you. I know when I got on it and started trying to learn, it wasn't super helpful and it kind of confused me. But it might be a good source for you because obviously Apple created it and it means someone is learning from it. So head over to the App Store and check that out after this video. So the first thing that pops up when we create a playground is var str equals parentheses hello comma playground parentheses. That is called a variable. The variables will assign a name or an identifier to a particular type of object. So in this instance, this red, it's a string with the parentheses. We can get more into that in a future video. But basically, a variable is just identifying a particular type of data. Similar to variables are constants, which can't change. So variables can change and constants cannot because they're always constant. So basically here, what I did was string str is a shorthand for string. It's a variable, whereas let is identifying a constant, and we're naming it str2, and we're assigning the value high as a string to the constant str2. Hopefully that makes sense. Var creates a variable, and the identifier is str, and the value is hello playground, whereas our constant is identified or started with let. The identifier is str2 and the value is high. A good example that I kind of think of with variables is, say you had like a whole bunch of boxes and you put labels on these boxes. That would kind of be like the identifier or the name of the variable or the constant. That's like the name that you're putting on that box. And you can put anything inside these boxes, which is the value that you assign to that box. So if I have a box called dog and I take a dog, I can put the dog inside the box, and the variable would be dog and the object would be a dog. Another important thing to remember with variables is you want them to be very descriptive. So if in my application I have a whole bunch of dogs, then I want to get down to the specifics of what type of dog, or any way to make it easier to identify what I'm talking about. So I could say Dalmatian as my constant because the Dalmatian is not going to change. Or it could be a variable for a dog and it changes because I can put different dogs inside that box. But if it's a constant, it never changes. Just remember that. The important things to take from this video is constants and variables assign a name to a value. So our name is str and we're assigning it to the value hello playground, which is of type string. And in the second one, our constant is str2 and we're assigning it to the value high, which is also a string. To show you that constants don't change, I can't say str2 equals high, right? What does it say? It says cannot assign to value str2 is a let constant. But if we did str string, because it is a variable, which means it can be changed, now if we were to run this project, the str would change from hello playground to high. because we're assigning the value high to the variable that was defined as str. In the next video, we're going to go into more of the specifics, like what's a string, what's an integer, what are floats, what's an array, all these different questions you guys still have. What are functions? How do you create them? What's a class? How do you define all these different things? We're going to go into those things in the next few videos. So if you guys are interested in that, please hit the sub button. If you're learning how to program in Swift, I will drop a link down below for Swift's documentation. It's really important to read this stuff as you grow as a developer, because I find myself reading a lot throughout the day, and I think it's a thing that developers do quite often. Reading documentation is very important, and if you guys can learn how to do that now, it will help you in the long run. So I'll provide that link down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video next Friday. If you like the video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you have any questions, comments, leave a comment below. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.